Harry has always been a drama queen, and he's married the Empress of Drama, so it's hardly surprising that they've elevated it to fever pitch.
He became hypersensitive and blamed the media for the crashes of his relationships.
People like Meghan will always stay with the man if there's no better option. I know that they have troubles in the marriage. I understand from now 6 separately reliable sources that Harry called in lawyers.
Prince Harry is suing Lady Colin Campbell. Yes, you heard that right. In what's shaping up to be one of the most explosive royal feuds yet, Harry is now taking legal action against one of his fiercest critics. But this isn't just any lawsuit. This is a battle over defamation, sparked by a book that exposed the Sussexes' darkest secrets. So why is Harry so desperate to silence Lady C and Tom Bower? And what's the real story behind the drama? Well, buckle up, because this is about to get wild. But it's not just about a lawsuit. Lady C isn't backing down. Oh no, she's clapping back. And her response might just leave Harry shaking. The question is, who's telling the truth and who's hiding something even darker? Stick around, because what you're about to hear could change everything you thought you knew about Prince Harry, Meghan, and the royal family. This is the story of a clash between the Sussexes and one woman who refuses to stay silent. Let's dive in.
And the two main feeders of the rumours, according to Lady C's book, Meghan was too big for, well, I suppose her first baby, and also too big for the fact of only having one child, and she seemed to be too big at the wrong time.
As soon as news of the lawsuit dropped, Lady Colin Campbell wasted no time launching a scathing response. She didn't just defend her book, she doubled down on her critiques of Harry and Meghan, claiming the lawsuit was nothing more than a desperate attempt to silence the truth. In her eyes, the real issue wasn't the book's contents, but Harry's obsession with controlling the narrative. Lady C, known for her brutal honesty, went even further. In interviews, she called Harry's actions pathetic, accusing him of using his position as a royal to bully those who dared to speak out. To her, the defamation claims weren't about protecting his reputation. They were about hiding the truth. According to Lady C, if Harry didn't want to be exposed, he shouldn't have acted the way he did. In true Lady C fashion, she didn't just talk the talk, she challenged Harry to do his worst. Go ahead, she said, sue me if you must. She was almost daring him to escalate things. And you know what? Many believe that this response only made Harry look more desperate. Lady C isn't intimidated. In fact, she sees the lawsuit as a badge of honor, proving that her book hit a nerve. What's in revenge that's causing all this chaos? Let's break down the explosive claims that pushed Harry to sue. Tom Bower's Revenge isn't your average royal biography. It's a no-holds-barred expose that digs deep into the Sussexes' rise, their fall from grace, and their strained relationship with the royal family. The book offers a behind-the-scenes look at the couple's most controversial moments, from their explosive interview with Oprah to their ongoing rift with Buckingham Palace. But it's more than just gossip. It's a detailed investigation, packed with interviews from insiders who claim to know what really happened behind closed doors. At the heart of the controversy are the allegations about Harry's personal relationships. The book paints him as someone increasingly detached from reality, obsessed with crafting a perfect public image while alienating his family. It suggests that Harry's own decisions led to the family drama, particularly his break with the royals. But what's most shocking is how Revenge pulls no punches in its portrayal of Meghan and Harry's behavior in the US. Bower accuses the couple of playing the victim while actively manipulating the media to frame the royal family as the villains.
What I discovered was, of course, that she was hunting for a man in England from 2013 onwards, when her marriage had crashed and she couldn't find anyone in Canada at the time. And she wanted wealth and she wanted fame. And she targeted, there's no doubt she targeted Harry.
This is where Lady C's commentary comes into play. She believes that Revenge is merely the tip of the iceberg, revealing what Harry and Meghan have tried so hard to hide. And Harry's lawsuit, many think it's just a way to shut down the truth before it spreads any further. Is this really about defamation? Or is there something much bigger at play here? Let's uncover Harry's true motive behind the lawsuit. When Prince Harry filed the lawsuit, many were quick to assume it was about protecting his name. But if you look closer, it's clear that there's more at play than just a simple legal dispute. For Harry, this lawsuit may not be about the book or even Lady C's harsh words. It could be a last-ditch effort to control his narrative before the damage becomes irreversible. For years now, Harry and Meghan have struggled to maintain a consistent public image. After stepping away from their royal royal duties, they've tried to rebrand themselves as philanthropists, advocates, and truth tellers. But the public has often turned on them, accusing them of hypocrisy and manipulation. With every new interview, every new project, the royal rift seemed to grow and public support wane. This lawsuit, many believe, is Harry's attempt to clamp down on the growing number of critics who question his motives. By targeting Lady C and Tom Bower, two figures with massive platforms, Harry is sending a message: challenge the Sussexes and you'll face legal consequences. It's an intimidation tactic, plain and simple. But here's the real kicker. The more Harry tries to shut people down, the more it fuels the narrative. By taking legal action, he's only drawing more attention to the book's allegations and giving Lady C and others even more of a platform to speak out. It's a classic case of the your psych Streisand effect. The more you try to hide something, the more people want to uncover it. But what happens next could completely change Harry's strategy. Keep watching to see how this all unfolds. How will Harry's lawsuit affect his relationship with the royal family? And could this escalate into a full-blown family feud?
I thought the substance of his testimony was pathetic. It's stupid aside from anything else.
Harry's lawsuit against Lady C and Tom Bower isn't just a battle between two public figures. It's further poisoning the well of an already fractured relationship with the royal family. After all, the Sussexes' decision to step back from royal duties already alienated them from many in the palace. But now, by suing two critics, Harry might be pushing the royal family further away and making the situation even more difficult to repair. Here's the real issue. Harry and Meghan have publicly claimed that their goal is to move forward, to build a new life in the US and create a legacy based on their own terms. Yet, lawsuits like this one suggest they're still very much tangled up in royal drama, desperate to silence anyone who questions their choices. This lawsuit is bound to reopen old wounds within the royal family, especially considering that both Lady C and Bower have insider connections who shed light on the Sussexes' time in the UK. While it's unlikely that this legal battle will bring about any significant reconciliation, it could deepen the rift between Harry and his family. If the royal family is watching all this unfold, it's clear they'll have to take sides. Will they side with Harry, or will they continue to distance themselves from the Sussexes, whose actions are now sparking even more public controversy? The fallout from this lawsuit could be the final nail in the coffin for any hope of healing the royal divide. Harry might have expected the public to rally behind him, but this might be the moment where even his most loyal supporters start questioning his approach. It's not just Harry's reputation on the line, it's a media circus now. So how are the tabloids and gossip outlets handling this lawsuit? Since the lawsuit was announced, the media has been all over it. Every angle of the story, from the legal battle to Lady C's scathing responses, is being pounced on by journalists eager to profit from the royal drama. But here's the twist. The more the media covers this, the more it feeds into the narrative Harry wanted to control.
So he's a very complicated, depressed, unintelligent man who is seeking a role and has got really nobody on whom he could rely, which is in the end where Meghan stepped in. I mean, a needy man met a woman who could help him with his needs.
In the first place, tabloid papers and gossip sites have jumped on this case like vultures, using every update to further sensationalize the drama. Headlines like Harry's legal war with Lady C, will this destroy his reputation? And Tom Bower exposes dark secrets of the Sussexes' past are flooding newsstands and online platforms. And, as you'd expect, each story is bigger and bolder than the last, taking the facts and turning them into speculative bombshells. The public is eating it up, and Harry's lawsuit is only spreading the story even further. But here's the key point. The more attention the media gives to this legal battle, the more it seems like Harry is playing right into their hands. The tabloids are loving every second of this royal war, and Harry's attempts to silence his critics are only making him seem more vulnerable. Every headline adds to the stigma of being the royal rebel, and with each new update, more people are questioning whether Harry can ever escape the media's grasp. What started as a personal lawsuit has now become royal entertainment. Will this backfire on Harry, turning the tables in favor of Lady C and Bower? One thing's for sure, the press isn't letting go of this anytime soon. While Harry may have hoped that his lawsuit would silence critics, it's starting to look like it might be doing the exact opposite. The public response has been mixed at best. On one hand, some of his loyal followers see this as a brave stand against defamation, believing that he's simply trying to protect his family's reputation. But on the other hand, many are starting to question his motives, wondering if this legal battle is just another attempt to avoid avoid confronting the reality of his strained relationship with the royal family. What's most alarming for Harry is the growing sentiment that he's becoming increasingly out of touch with the public. Instead of using his platform for positive change, he's embroiled in a never-ending drama that feels more about his personal vendettas than any larger cause. His frequent public clashes with family members, along with the media circus surrounding this lawsuit, are turning him into a figure of ridicule.
She is so odious, it's beyond belief.
Absolute media manipulation. But I thought tonight this was really ridiculous. These are two real imposters.
Rather than the influential activist he hoped to become. Moreover, the royal family's silence on this matter is only adding fuel to the fire. As the Sussexes continue their legal battles and media blitz, it's becoming clearer that Harry's vision for the future may not align with public expectations. The more he engages in these battles, the more he risks alienating himself from the public who once supported him. But here's the kicker. The louder the backlash gets, the more Harry might double down, making his critics points for them. In trying to shut everyone up, he could be pushing his public image into a downward spiral. That's hard to reverse. But what Harry didn't expect is how this could change the perception of his entire family. Stay tuned. Is this lawsuit the beginning of the end for Harry and Meghan, or is there still hope for a royal comeback? After everything that's happened, you have to wonder, where do Harry and Meghan go from here? The lawsuit, the growing public backlash, and the endless media frenzy are making their future seem uncertain at best. What was once a grand vision of independence and activism now feels like a never-ending battle for relevance. So, what's next for the couple? One possibility is that Harry and Meghan could double down on their Hollywood lifestyle, focusing even more on their media projects like Netflix documentaries and their podcasts. The couple has proven time and again that they're strategic house in their media approach, often using their platform to shape public narratives and push their social causes. But with each new legal battle, they risk being seen less as influencers and more as tabloid fodder. Every lawsuit and every headline only increases the perception that they're more interested in staying in the spotlight than actually doing meaningful work.
They play the Diana card, just as I would say that, unfortunately, in some way, Meghan plays the race card. It's always the victim, and the victim is always gets unquestioned sympathy without question. That's the way it plays at the moment in society.
On the flip side, they could decide to step back entirely from the media circus and retreat into a quieter, more private life. But after so many years of public attention, this would be an extreme shift, and there's no telling if it's even possible anymore. After all, the more you engage with the media, the harder it is to disappear from it. One thing's clear, if they continue this path of legal battles and public confrontations, their royal comeback may seem increasingly unlikely. The more Harry tries to protect his image, the more he risks driving a wedge between him and the public, possibly ending any chance of reconciliation with his family. Could this lawsuit be the turning point, or is it just another chapter in the Sussex saga? As Harry's lawsuit against Lady C and Tom Bower continues to unfold, there's a much bigger question at play. What does this mean for the legacy of the royal family itself? It's one thing for a family member to step away from royal duties, but it's another entirely when public disputes and legal battles threaten to tarnish the image of an institution that's been around for centuries. The monarchy has long been a symbol of stability, tradition, and unshakable authority. Yet, with every new headline involving Harry and Meghan, it seems that tradition hall is starting to feel a bit more fragile. The royal family's ability to maintain their dignity in the face of public controversy is being tested by the Sussexes, whose decisions keep drawing unwanted attention to an already strained institution. But here's where it gets interesting. As much as the royal family may want to distance themselves from the Sussexes' antics, their involvement in Harry's story is inevitable. Whether they like it or not, the palace will have to address the growing concerns about Harry and Meghan's actions, and the public will continue to expect a response from the royals, even if it's just in the form of silence. If the family doesn't step in soon, the fallout could begin to spill over and impact the public's view of the monarchy as a whole. It's not just Harry and Meghan's future on the line, it's the future of the royal family's relevance in modern-day society. So where does this leave us? Harry's lawsuit against Lady C and Tom Bower is only the latest chapter in a growing saga that's full of twists, drama, and questionable decisions. But what it ultimately shows is that the Sussexes' battle for control of their narrative is far from over. What started as an attempt to silence critics has only fueled the fire, drawing more attention to Harry and Meghan's strained relationship with the royal family, the media, and the public. As this lawsuit continues to unfold, it's clear that Harry's image is on the line more than ever before. The public is watching, the media is eager to cover every detail, and the royal family remains eerily silent, watching from the sidelines. But perhaps the most shocking part of all is how Harry's desperate attempts to protect his reputation are only backfiring. any ring. With each new legal battle, with each new headline, the royal rift grows wider. Is this the end for Harry and Meghan's dream of building a new peaceful life? Or will they continue to fight tooth and nail, all to control their story? Only time will tell. But one thing's for sure, this lawsuit is just another layer in an already complicated web of royal drama. If you thought this drama was shocking, wait until you see what we uncovered in the video. Click the link on screen now to dive deeper into the world of hidden truths and bombshell revelations that will leave you stunned.